And what's your social security, everybody?
5.
Bad. I don't think it's very good. I don't feel very socially secure.
You're socially insecure, I get it.
Yes.
Your social insecure number is very high. I think that's how it works.
It's like 8 billion!
Okay. Hey, how come that's not making any noise? What? That's a very interesting choice that Windows has made. Oh, because it's muted. I don't think I did that?
Windows did it.
Oh, okay, wait, hold on. I know why. It's because I was fucking around with shit. It's because I've got the wrong thing. My bad. Sorry, just a second. I was set to start streaming Killer 7. Because I'm an idiot and I forgot I was doing that before. I can fix that relatively quickly.
It's very dangerous.
CD, DVD. I think I want this one. Apply. I really should have done this first. But I think it should now be bringing up Shinobi. And I might adjust the graphics real quick. I should have done that first. My mistake. Shinobo? Shinobu?
Shinobo.
Ooh, that doesn't look like the right font. Did I fuck it up still? Yep, that's not that font.
Mike Shinoda from Lincoln Park.
Oh, because I didn't fucking use the plugin.
Why is the text the mocking SpongeBob text?
Because
this
Killer
game
7
contains mature subject.
Yeah, that's because
Killer 7.
Oh, that's Killer 7.
Yeah,
okay, that
Killer
makes more sense.
Like, oh yeah, no, obviously, sure. Okay, I think I didn't fuck
just
up.
lean into the frame because Suda51.
Let me make the video a little bit sharper, because it's right now not sharp at all. Let's say 4.
Tighten up the graphics, dude.
Yeah, tighten up the graphics on level 8, which is where we're headed.
Whoever thought we would be streaming these games?
Okay, there we go. Everything is good and right in the world. Hi, nerds.
Hi.
So this might be a relatively short stream, unless I think of something to add to the end of it. But it also could be really, really long. Because
you don't know what you get with Frank Lester.
you don't know what you get. So last time we beat our brother, and this time we beat ourselves.
Who's Frank's actual brother? He wanted to play second player.
So we're on the last 2 stages, 8A and 8B, and they're both a huge bitch.
Ooh.
So if you were thinking like, wow,
I like huge bitches.
the other Shinobi streams were really repetitive because Frank got stuck on shit. Well, I've got some really fun news for you. And that news is there's more of that.
Yay.
You could at least pretend to be enthusiastic.
Yay!
That was pretty good.
That house is made of other houses.
The 7
Don't like that one bit.
The heavens and their earthly counterparts are complete. And now all the souls will be gathered here at the Golden Palace.
Freaky Centauri young
All that is
evil
left
mage
is
guy.
for him to come.
The hair. I should do that with my actually.
If you did that with your hair, you would have like a half buzzsaw coming off of your head. Like you turn around, you gotta slice heads off, which is awesome. So please do that.
Yeah, that's... now you're getting it.
You could...
Did I already make a joke about the evil mage looking like a flying nun yet? No, you did not.
Oh, why isn't there a character action game starring the Flying Nun? Can we get the rights to that?
If you did that with your airport text, you could get a side job as a standing desk. People, let me put my laptop on here.
Oh, hold on. My buttons are swapped. Because I was playing a different game. Well, okay, that's an easy fix though. Because there's literally just a thing that says swap X and O buttons.
Shane is just jumping around having fun.
For just a second, I had like an out-of-body experience there. Oh hey look, it's our last flying head enemy, I think. Unless I've forgotten one, which is very likely.
I think we got it to 6. Or 7? 7.
They kind of look like thwomps. A little bit.
Hey.
You do that way better.
Oh.
Because I am a Thwomp. I'm
I
Thwompkin.
knew it. I've always suspected. These guys are beefy as hell, by the way. If you don't hit them from behind, it takes a genuinely long time to kill them from the front.
I guess it's supposed to be Narukabes, I guess. Going further?
Thwompkin sounds like a bad, like, Hallmark knockoff, like, 80s cartoon character. They used to sell, like,
Yeah.
they used to sell, like, stuffed animals. Thwompkin and the Gumdrop Mystery.
Collect all 20! They look exactly the same, they're just different colors.
There you go. Okay, good. If I don't get that Tate, I'm kind of screwed. Because I didn't get an early one.
Shulkin says, hey, this reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog. Thanks.
It is pretty Sonic. I mean, this whole game is very Sonic in a lot of ways.
So will we finally get to answer that immortal question? Can you feel the sunshine? He does it. Jack, can you feel the sunshine?
Can you
Fuck
feel the
these
sunshine?
dudes!
Something
Oh, I'm gonna
else.
die already.
Let it brighten up your day.
Let it brighten up your day. There you go. You know Sonic song lore way better than I do.
Unfortunately.
Which I guess song lore to me is just knowing the lyrics. I don't know.
Deepest lore.
Ah, such deep, rich lore.
But did you know the third verse? Deepest lore.
I kid, shell game. I just the fact that you put a space between that and Sonic the Hedgehog just like it just amused me. It was just like you're like, hey, this reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ah, boy, I'm probably gonna die here. Look at this health. It's not good.
That was
great.
intense. Okay, good. I'm glad I was on the same page there, Shell.
So this stage is like the last big platforming challenge, I think. The fights aren't generally that hard, and they're only hard because you have to do them hovering over pits, usually. Fuck you.
It's that huge bitch we were talking about. The huge bitch was the pit.
Actually, in this case, it was just a fireball. Like, I'm talking about how the combat in this stage isn't hard, and then I died only to the combat. Because that's how this game is. I've talked about how hard this game is, but I haven't talked about how skill-indexed it is, which is really why it's good, ultimately. And if you don't know, skill index is basically how likely you are to win if you're good. It's usually only used for multiplayer games. Like in a perfectly skill index game, the person who is better would win 100% of the time, even if they're... What? Son of a bitch. If I go too far out, that man despawns. I forgot. It's a cheap trick. Anyways, so, yeah, even if a person was only 1% better, they would win 100% of the time if the game was perfectly skill indexed, which would be kind of impossible. And probably not desirable. And, you know, a perfectly non-skill indexed game would be a coin flip, no matter what.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart is relatively non-skill indexed. You can still win, you can still... Ah, fuck, I'm dead.
Good.
Ah, boy. Ah, boy. But, like, generally speaking, single-player games are not that skill-indexed. This is probably one of the most skill-indexed games I can think of. with one of the most even difficulty curves I can think of, in that if you're good enough to beat level 5 on difficulty hard, you are probably not good. If you're good enough that you've just gotten good enough to beat it, you are probably not good enough to beat stage 6 on difficulty hard. At least not consistent. And then you get good enough to beat a level consistently. Usually if you're good enough to beat one level consistently, you're good enough to beat the next level inconsistently. So like every stage you get to is a new challenge for you to overcome in a way that is really pretty rare. Like most games you need to switch difficulty levels to do that. But in this game it's always like, this is another step up. And so these two levels, I don't actually think I'm good enough to... Oh my fucking god. I can't believe I almost died there. You know what? You're actually not worth the time at this point if I can't talk to you.
Shell game, Firefighters was not released here. It was released in Europe, so if here is Europe, then sure. Anyway, Frank, you were saying about your amazing ninja skills.
I was saying my amazing
your
ninja
amazing
skills
ninja skill index.
in this game, in this level, are probably not up to par. Is actually my point. So you get a little look at what it looks like when someone's not quite good enough to actually be beating a level. I knew that would happen.
Those floating things kind of look like lion heads.
I hated it.
There's my contribution for the day. Good night!
Bye, Toast.
Bye, Toast. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for toasting.
I just skip all the enemies in these fucking corridors. They're generally not worth it. They're for points only, because like you don't need the tate, because there's always someone to tate right after.
So true.
Wow. Mantra Pop says, Frank West, come watch me be not good enough. Well, I didn't know Finland's main export was shade.
They are a gloomy place.
That's true. Actually, that fits.
Do I go over there? I do go over there for the health. I'm gonna do a jump that, like, I don't usually fail, but it always makes me really nervous. I don't usually fail because you get tons of time to line it up appropriately.
Carbon762 asks, so Frank, where does the difficulty curve in this game start? Is it approachable at all?
It's... So one of the downsides is that the normal difficulty, the starting difficulty isn't that balanced because the platforming is always hard. So the difficulty starts at when you're playing through on normal. Hold on. Oh, I think I just fucked it up. I sure did. Yeah, it's over. I needed to go over there for the health. Ugh, I always fuck that up. That's not how you do that last jump. So the difficulty curve starts when you're playing through on normal, because you only have normal difficulty to start with. It starts at... honestly, probably stage 4. It starts at the moth boss. And then it continues past that, because past that there's lots of really hard platforming. Before the moth boss, you'll die a few times, but it won't feel unapproachably hard, I think. But once you fight the moth boss, it gets pretty brutal. I may have to concentrate a little more at certain points during this level, so feel free to read me chat questions, because I don't think I'll be able to read it myself.
Alright, chat, send us your best questions about Shinobi or Frank, or which character, video game related characters or people love ass. He will answer all of them, to the best of his ability.
Ah, fuck! God, they do so much damage.
Frank, if you were a Shinobi, what would you do after you beat all the stages?
Cat's asking that.
Are they?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Like
Shell
that's
asked that.
that sounds a lot like toast to me.
The chat is possessing Toast. It's forcing him to ask the questions.
Well, I meant like content-wise. It sounds a lot like.
No,
toast.
that's true.
That's fair.
Montrose, I'm going to take this as a question from Montrose. Do Shinobi love ass?
Yes, but like he loves ass like he does everything solemnly. Like he just sort of like looks at a woman's ass and he's like, yes.
And he's still doing the ninja pose in the
He's
stand.
definitely doing the ninja pose. He just sort of inclines his head a little bit.
Yes, exquisite. That's a proper ass. Montrose asks, Frank, how much did it cost your parents to send you to video game college, and are they regretting it now?
My dad told me that I should have gone to college and instead of sitting around playing games all day, and then I got a job playing games because I had a computer that could run games. This is not a lie. This is 100% factual.
Take that, Frank Dad. Franken Dad.
Ooh, that was fucking close. That club would have killed me, I think. Actually, don't know how much health I have. Oh no, I would have lived, but... Oh, you really want to Tate that guy, because he's your only source of health for a while.
Oh, and there goes into your ninja body.
My ninja body absorbed it. So I'm about halfway through the level at this point. In addition to a lot of other things, this level's very long. There we go. I'm gonna try and skip a couple fights in this room, because they're a pain to get to. Like, there's a fight over there that I'm just gonna throw Shuriken at. I'm gonna skip bring on some walls. Do I skip this fight? No, I do this fight. Ah, fuck. How did you not get hit? Ooh. Ah, there's my Tate, I guess. This is a bad room so far. Jeez, I lost a lot of health in that room. That's very bad.
Losing health bad in video game.
Also, as another example of old school game design, several of the rooms in this level are just mirrored with different enemy layouts, which is like not acceptable now, but was fine when this game was. Oh my fucking god! Did I actually forget that man was there? I sure did. I'm gonna fucking die now.
Oh, there he goes!
Yep. I didn't do that right at all. I literally forgot that guy was there. Wow. It has been a couple weeks since I played this stage.
Look at that smug ass Oni. Swinging his club at you. It's two heads.
He's wearing two masks, maybe he only has one head, but his head was too big for one mask.
What, like he's self-conscious about not actually being a two-headed Oni, so he's like, wears another mask.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody will notice.
It's like, wait,
Yeah.
that's just cardboard, my man. It's like, shut up.
It's like, no, the other head talks. Oh, I like killing ninjas. It's like, that's just you talking out of the side of your mouth. It's like, fuck you.
It's his audition to go be in a Blizzard game. We only have two-headed ogres. I knew that. I left my other head in the car. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Now he's just locked into it. He can never admit it.
Furiously, like, ogre in a business suit. Furiously pulling out, like, a WoW PD on his phone. I didn't know they had two heads. God damn it, dude. How the fuck was I supposed to know that? I don't play every game. Jesus.
My sister could have told me that before I drove all the way down here. Fine.
Where? How did I lock on this? That's got news. Well, you'll just fall to your death now.
Such is life.
If I wanted to, I could get these guys involved in the Tate combo that starts right here, I think, but I don't because they're a pain since they're so far away. They tend to ruin it more than they tend to be worth it. And again, it would only help me in points. No, you fucking dicks! I should have landed and regained my double jump. I would have been fine with a double jump.
You looked really cool when you fell down, though. So that's...
Yeah, sometimes I cast magic like it's gonna do anything. It doesn't do it. It can't possibly save you, but it feels like it should.
One time out of these 10 billion times, it will save you, and you're not gonna know what the hell happened. Just somehow.
Like when you're falling down as a character in Smash Brothers and you can't possibly reach a ledge even with like your up B move or whatever, but it's just like, I'm gonna do it anyway, because fucking why not?
Yeah, I just want to see Lucario rocket straight to this guy. I just feel like it. It's what I feel like doing.
Yes. I thought that would just look cool. I wasn't trying to still live, but whatever. Shut up.
I'm gonna start trying to skip a lot more fights. Usually I consider that against the spirit of the game, but fuck it. I am streaming.
Heard it here first. Fuck it.
So Matra's asking if you, like, is there a written exam to become a Shinobi, or do you just need to pass the physical? And that got me thinking, is the ninja physical just like being there but not actually being visible? And then you pass?
So you could actually, like, cheat the system by not going?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ninja physical is just like nobody... Okay, it's time for the ninja physical. Roll call, and one person's like, I'm here, and it's like, got you! Fuck! Shit!
You fail!
Failed.
Oh,
Maybe next year. It's the third year in a row I fucked that up.
How many Shinobis passed? Like, well, you did great on the written. You did great on the written and the physical. You were amazing on the physical. It's like, oh yeah, the physical. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
real
tough.
I did a real good job hiding.
The written part's gotta be a huge pain in the butt, though, because it's like on an ancient ninja scroll, and it's like everything's written vertically, in like really old kanji that nobody can read anymore, but you still gotta fill out the bubbles.
Well, the thing
Real
is,
tough.
all the scrolls, there's only 3 scrolls per level, and they're very secretly hidden. So, like, that's gonna be really hard for your score. Oh, I'm gonna fucking die to sword.
The most annoying
Your
thing
life's
is
Frank fucking died to sword.
the most annoying thing about the ninja written exam is that at the end of every after you answer every question, you got to do that little like weird water thing that's in the gardens, and then yell like "Yo!"
the deer scaring thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Is
I
that
call
what
it-
those are for?
Yeah. That's
Huh. I
yeah.
never knew.
They go boonk. Just so the deers go away. So
Yeah, I thought their main purpose was to make things look Japanese.
I mean, I thought it was an
you know, we're
aesthetic.
in Japan, and we've been in Japan. This could stand to look more Japanese than I think.
Guys, like, I wouldn't even know I was in Japan if it wasn't for those things, right? Like, come on.
And they're speaking in Japanese to each other. Oh yeah, I guess I can. Speaking of that, I can tell my story about whenever I was talking to the guy who translated Pokemon for the first 4 generations of Pokemon games. So in Pokemon, there is a deer Pokemon called Stantler, and the idea is his antlers look like giant eyes, and so he scare you. In Japan, the Pokemon is called Odoshishi, which is supposed to be a pun on Shishi Odoshi, which is the deer scaring thing. So it's like a deer that scares you! And Pokemon deer scare you! So the guy that translated the game apparently made a huge push for them to name the Pokemon Scaraboo, which is really good!
That's real. That's
That's
awesome.
a good name! And they said, no, we're gonna call it Stantler, because it's like an antler that stares at you. It's fucking bullshit!
That's way worse. I didn't even realize until just now that that's what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah! It's
Scaraboo.
dumb. Scaraboo is the perfect name. Anyone who catches a Stantler in that game has to name it Scaraboo from now on.
Done.
There you go. Anyway, if I go the long way around and do that Sonic jump style... Oh, actually, this is something worth talking about. So that one path, I'm not going to take it, but I showed you at that one time where I had to do jump slashes on people. That's the first instance I can remember seeing of having, like, homing attacks to enemies to get across a gap be a thing. I guess it happens in the first stage, too, in this game, but I'd never seen it in another game. And then Sonic did it. Well, Sonic Adventure came out after this, unless my chronology's wrong.
Did it?
This was 2000. Isn't Sonic Adventure like 01 or 02?
Let's find out.
Yeah, look it up, look it up.
I think it was 2001, but I'm looking it up too.
1998.
Oh wow, yeah.
Jesus. And when was this game then?
Man, really, it was 90. Is it still the 90s? I mean, I guess from looking at him, he is pretty 90s, but I thought it was 2000s.
I thought it was. I had a thought that it was 99, but I guess I'm wrong with 2001 still. So I didn't trust myself.
Ah, shit. Oh, I got it anyway. Ooh, that was scary. It may not be apparent why that was scary, but you're gonna have to just know that that was very scary.
That was very scary. You chopped that damn it in half.
Shinobi came out in 2002.
Okay. That's not right.
No, they said at least 2002 because of the PS2. That's what the chat was saying.
They did? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. It came out before DMC, and I thought DMC was 01. But I'm willing to admit I might be wrong about that. I'm terrible with chronology.
No, Wikipedia also says it actually was 2002 for Shinobi.
What does it say for DMC?
Don't worry, our crack research teams.
I'm a guy with the phone. Crack research. Devil May Cry was 2001.
Are you sure that you're looking at all release dates?
I'm looking up the
Initial release date, August 23rd, 2001.
Okay. Huh.
Frank's world has been shattered, so we're gonna have to.
I
take
really
some-
thought this came out before.
Montreth is bringing the real video game facts. Montreth says this was actually originally an edgy Sonic game called Doki Doki Panic. They were worried Western audiences wouldn't go for the redesign. Hashtag video game facts.
Wow, it did come out before. I could have sworn it was the other way around. I thought Shinobi was 2001. Huh.
Nothing means anything anymore.
Apparently.
So what
I mean, they're close enough that I think this was in development already when DMC came out, so it probably... Basically, I don't think they influence each other that much, ultimately, either way, but... That is interesting. I could have sworn Shinobi was first. That makes DMC even more impressive, frankly. Because, like, the alternative was this. Oh, shitting fuck, what? What was that camera?
Camera boss, hardest boss in the game.
What the fuck was like?
Oh man, that was...
That was...
Whoa!
Even for this game, like, I didn't hit any of the camera buttons. I don't... That was pretty astounding, even for this game. I've seen something like that happen before. Like, it's not common.
I think what this really confirms is that Sonic Adventure was the first character action game.
I mean, you're not wrong.
There is action.
There's action, and God knows that Sonic's a real character, huh?
He's quite a car. Like the rapscallion, that hedgehog. I was watching a video yesterday of a guy who, it's basically just summarizing the entire plot to the Sonic Archie comics. Because he said he read them. He read them. He said he read them as a kid, and then he kind of stopped following them. But it was very much from the perspective of like, I thought this was really cool as a kid, so like, that's pretty neat. But looking back, what the hell is going on? This comic. There's some really good stuff in there.
Yeah, I'll have to catch that out. I followed a blog where somebody was like going comic by comic through all the Archie comics. I think I stopped at about... Well, they got to like 125 or something? I got really far, but god, those comics just... Especially the early ones, are just That's so dumb and convoluted and weird. Like, what really happened that was really weird later on was that the designs went from like, oh, they're like cartoon animals, they're little squat cartoon animal bodies, to like, oh, these are basically like DeviantArt human bodies, but they're also cartoon, and it's like, you can really see where all the furries started there.
I mean,
like Sally Acorn, like the chipmunk princess character, whatever, squirrel, whatever. She just looks like a weird lady, a weird person with like dwarfism or something. But she got a chipmunk head, and it's really weird.
Yeah, she's got human proportions.
I that the DeviantArt art style came from Archie Comics Sonic. Am I wrong? Like I've assumed this with basically no evidence, but
I mean, the thing is,
pretty much.
Like it did, but eventually Archie Comics started hiring like Sonic fan artists, and so the art style started eating itself. Like I remember one night me and Zarla like just went through the entire Sonic Archie Comics wiki looking for horrible character designs. And not to spoil the ending, but every single thing we clicked on horrible character designs.
by Invincibility ran out just as he hit me with the club.
But so I'm gonna link to this picture. So, for the longest time, Sonic influenced those DeviantArt people, but once they started hiring DeviantArt people, we started getting characters that look like this, and it real good.
Which character is it?
Oh, Mina Mongoose.
It's some character named Mina the Mongoose, and she's the most DeviantArt looking motherfucker in the universe.
Her thing is she's really fast and she idolizes Sonic, and look at her.
Oh
That's
yeah, and
design.
she's like a pop star, and like her manager is like really jealous of the time she spends with Sonic. I think I've ever seen that in the wiki.
Yeah, that's pretty much the storyline. Like at first it was just she was trying to be like some, I guess, like Robotnik got her family or something, and she was like trying to get revenge, but then she idolized Sonic and tried to be as fast and follow around, and then eventually just like, nah, she's just a pop star.
It's real good. Art real good.
But if you want some real meat of the Sonic canon, the Sonic comic canon, the shitty times, look up a man named Ken Penders. The Ballad of Ken Penders is an amazing story.
It's really good.
He's so crazy that they legally barred him from continuing to make Sonic comics, and he decided to continue to make his own Sonic comics without Sonic in them.
So the thing is, he treated Knuckles as like this Jesus character and like his favorite character there. Like, and so he wrote like pretty much all of the Knuckles like solo comics, and he made up all these Echidna characters. And when he left, he was like, I'm taking all these characters with me because they're my original creations. And so
Do not steal. A literal do not steal.
Yeah, for literal exactly. And so he started making shitty books with these characters, but they were like aliens. They weren't like, it was, if he did something to make it so it wasn't Sonic, but it was basically Sonic fan fiction with his character.
I have full health, so I'm gonna skip this dude. Just to put
favorite
that
character that he made is
What
Julie
the fucking
the
Jesus
Echidna,
is camera?
who is an Echidna girl with anime hair, and one of her Echidna dreads turned partially robot, and she's part robot, and her mom is named Mary Sue, so, that's a thing. And like, she's super badass and stuff. But yeah, that video actually goes into why Ken Penders did all that stuff with the Knuckles comic and stuff. It was apparently he really wanted to push Archie to let him publish a comic of his own creation. Of the way the guy described it, was like in outer space, like fake Native American stand-in race that were super powerful and things like that, and they were like, no, you can't, this is horrible and stupid, we're not letting you publish this, and it's like, fine, and so he just applied all those plot points to Knuckles the Echidna.
The Echidna stuff was like that. It was just like this weird tribal thing. Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense now. So he wrote his own books, and I don't know if it's Julie Sue, but he gave her a new name, but one of his books is the Lara Sue Chronicles, and here's the cover of the Lara Sue Chronicles, and it looks real good.
Double jump, you stupid fucking garbage ass piece of shit.
I'm sorry.
You could have just as easily been describing this cover and it would have really made sense.
Other than the double jump part, probably? But I can't see the cover, so...
No, we'll save it for you.
It's real good. Shattered Tomorrows. Oh, okay. Dijon, you can like message me your link and I'll post it.
Dijon says I can't share my... Oh no, I can't share my Penders collection. Oh no.
Would you like to see my Penders collection?
Yeah, the Sonic comics were very dependent on the concept of Dr. Robotnik being very scary, which, as a kid, I was not afraid of Dr. Robotnik.
No.
I thought he was like a fun, like, villain.
Yeah.
Because he is Circle Man, who made robots. That's just a good idea for a villain. Why is he gotta be so scary? Dr. Robotnik is not scary.
By the way, here, sometimes 3 dudes spawn. I don't know how to make that happen. It'd be really cool if I could. Because I could use 3 dudes there instead of 2. Skipping this fight. Please, I'm skipping this fight, thank you. It's really awkward to jump onto that landing, I don't know why. It's just like, the game doesn't really want you to dash onto it. I knew that would happen. That's awkward. Do I fight the ogres, I guess the question.
I think it's the question on all our minds. Do I fight the ogre?
No, I fight the... No, I fight the next ogre instead. That's what happens. Because I've got tons of health.
Shell, I really appreciate all the fun you bring into the chat. Thank you.
Oh god, I needed that top face so bad. I was very close to losing it. If I lost that, I would have lost, like, several. Hearts? They're not hearts. Flames.
That's what hearts look like when you're in Badass Ninja.
It's true.
Fire.
I don't have room in my heart for love. It's just a flame.
It's just a Badass Ninja flame.
My heart is a white flame that burns for you.
Sounds like a move from that Amari. Amari fan game. Burning Ninja Flame.
Does anyone still have that?
I've got that somewhere on my computer. I'd have to do a little digging as to where I've saved it, but it's definitely saved. Believe me, I would not let that go.
Cold Cone is still my favorite randomly generated attack from that thing.
Cold Cone is really good.
Oh, fuck yeah! Eat my shit.
Eat that shit, ogre.
Now I just need to not fall. Okay, good. Always an important thing. There's a ninjutsu I could get, but it's scary to me, so I won't. It's on one of these pillars on, like, the far side. It's very scary to me.
Did you say Gary Larson?
Oh my fucking god, that shrieking, holy shit. I'm good. Everything's fine, actually. I'm just a super low on yin now. It's fine. That's not one of the important things you need in this game. Okay, I need concentration here because I'm right at the end.
You got this, Frank.
I believe in you.
And there's a couple really easy to fuck up jumps. Starting with this one. Now I just need to jump perfectly away from this wall while being completely unable to turn my camera in that direction. It's fine.
That's fine.
Nope. Okay, we're using this. By the way, this is the boss of the level. That door behind him.
It's the boss.
It literally is, I'm not joking. It functions as a boss. Oh shit. Oh, this is so bad! God. I should have killed him the first time around, but I didn't do it right.
Aw.
I shouldn't have taken that many hits either.
Okay, Frank.
I mean, this is why you play this game, is to feel this way. Like, I'm not really joking. The pain is good. If you've ever, like...
Hurt me more.
If you've ever lost to a game, like, 5 times and you're like, yes, yes, I would love to do that as 6 times. Please do not adjust the difficulty for me. Then you might love Shinobi.
So you're saying the target audience for Shinobi is exclusively you?
I mean, yes?
That's why the original title was Game Made for Frank West.
I'm gonna say that anyone else who is the target audience for Shinobi is probably even more insufferable than I am.
Ooh! Can we get them in the call?
They probably don't do calls. I'm gonna say they communicate exclusively over IRC chat. Why are you out there? Cool. I'm glad you came back in so I could kill you. I should genuinely appreciate that. Woo, okay. Almost kind of glitched out. Corners are really hard for Mr. Shinobi. For Shane. Sorry.
For Shane. Shinobi. Mr. Shinobi's his father.
Please, Mr. Shinobi was my father. Oh, jeez.
So Dr. Activisionary actually had a pretty interesting question there, which is like, why do you think this happened to the Sonic fandom as opposed to, say, Crash Bandicoot? I think it's both how early, like, you know, how young people were when they got started on Sonic and how it kind of developed, but I think also maybe the Archie comic maybe,
I think
if not totally to blame.
I think the comic is almost entirely since this happening.
But the comic wasn't that popular.
Yes, it was. Amongst kids. For amongst kids, yeah. It's actually, and the video that I saw also pointed this out, that the Sonic comic, it only recently ended, but it is the longest running American comic series that was not rebooted. It had been going on for however, like 20-something years without it just getting rebooted at all. Kids, I think it's also has something to do with the fact that a lot of American like entertainment for kids at the time just refused to show anything like death or people getting hurt in any way. And so once the Archie comic started like talking about how they're killing off characters and stuff, I'm sure kids really were like, "Oh man, this isn't for little kids. This is like serious drama." Because someone actually got hurt and died.
Man, I felt for it back in the day. I read the Sonic comic back in the day, and when it went to like the 50th issue, where it was like the big show-off between Sonic and Robotnik, and Sonic was all like edgy and like, "I gotta take him, I gotta kill him down," you know, like do that. It was like,
kill him down.
I gotta kill him down. That's the exact words Sonic said. But it was like, I was like, whoa, this isn't like the kid Sonic I know. This is like edgy and dark, and oh man.
This really isn't my dad's Sonic. Setting aside the fact my dad doesn't have a Sonic.
Yeah, but if he did, it would not be like this.
It'd be nothing like this.
So, you know.
See, as a kid, I had the opposite reaction to the Sonic comics. Because, like, as a kid, I loved the games. Then I read the comics, and I was like...
Fuck. Oh my fucking god, what a save.
I wasn't quite like that, but it was pretty close. Frank was my inner monologue as a child. People didn't know
You
that.
poor person!
I gotta find this guy. I'm gonna go crazy.
This gritty reboot of Stranger Than Fiction is a bad joke. I don't know where I'm going with the joke.
It got really weird after a while. No, as a kid when I liked the games, and so I got a couple of the comics at the store once, and I was just like, who's this, like, wolf? Why is everyone drawn all stupid? Why is there, like, a naked, like, is this a cat? This girl's a cat? I don't know. She's got good hair, that's a bit weird.
By the way, just as a final fuck you, one of the secret tokens is down on the left lower part of that pillar, which is the most terrifying thing I've ever done in my life, to go down there and grab it.
If you collect it and die, does it not count?
Correct, you need to beat the level.
Nice.
It's also only available... It's also, that particular token is only there on super difficulty, so... Ooh, I've got tons of ninjutsu, okay. I should... not fuck this up.
One of the programmers put that token there and they're just like, haha, we're not even gonna test to see if we can get this. We're just...
Yes, yes, yes! Fuck yeah! Eat my dick! Suck my balls, you dick door! Fucking...
Suck
whatever.
Frank's
I'm gonna
balls,
go to
dick
the
door.
bathroom. Bye!
Bye. So anyway, about Sonic the Hedgehog.
Frank is alright.
Frank's gonna go
gone.
punch a wall. No, so it's just like, yeah, it's just like a cat. There's like a wolf wearing like a soldier outfit, and like who's this asshole? Who are these assholes? Who are all of these assholes? There's like an old Sonic. He's got like a mustache. Why?
Yeah, there was like a cat character that was part of the Secret Service.
No,
for the Royal.
I wasn't sure what Sally was supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
It was like, yeah, and so I was just like, this has nothing to do with anything, and then Robotnik's drawn all weird and grody looking, and he's like a evil, maniacal warlord that everyone's terrified of. It's like, this is not... What are you talking about? Where's the fun? Where's the fun at? Where's my fun comic?
Yeah.
Like in the Sonic 2 instruction manual, they describe the story of Sonic 2, and they describe Robotnik as, and I always remember this because it's a great description, they describe him as he was bouncing around like a malicious rubber ball. I was like, that's such a good description! That's so goofy! I like it! That's not the Sonic comic. It's too serious.
Dr. A wants to know if this game is, like, actually good. Yes, it's actually fantastic. I'm showing you the hardest parts of it. I could be playing on normal, certainly it would be a lot easier.
Frank's not normal enough.
I'm not normal. It's a genuinely fantastic game. It hasn't aged as well as most of the games I've played. It's got some points where it's like, oh, this would be done better today. Whereas, like, I look at Devil May Cry. 1 has some issues, but not really too many. Like, it wouldn't be that different if they made it today. I mean, it actually would, but not for the better. That's a different subject, though. I mean, no, it's actually really good. It feels amazing to play, especially for the time. Like, things didn't feel this good. And there weren't... even, like, Devil May Cry didn't move this quickly and still feel this good. Nothing moved this quickly and felt this good. I don't think at all. Anything that moved this
Video
fast...
game or otherwise.
Video game or otherwise. We didn't have trains back then, or cars. Like, the best we could do is running really
It's true,
fast.
this was 2002.
Yeah. The best we could do in 2002 was running really fast while letting our arms trail behind us, Naruto style.
My lord, this Shinobi is quite smashing compared to the penny farthing I drive to work.
That would be such a good gag, though, showing what life was like in 2002. That's all old-timey. It doesn't make any damn sense.
So just to say, how I beat that last level, let's see. I do have a rank A on it. Do I have any rank S's? Yes, okay, I have a rank S on this one. Anyways, so that was, what did I get, like a rank C or something? The equivalent, like I only got one of the ninjutsu scrolls and I used one instead of storing all 3. I skipped like at least half the fights. I missed a few tates I could have gotten. So the equivalent of how I just beat that level is probably like a C or a D, which is roughly equivalent to a C or a D ranking in Devil May Cry, where it's like, you did this, but you didn't do it very well. I have gotten a much better rank on the previous one. In fact, I think I got an S on it when I was a kid. I've never S-ranked this next level. There's just way too much shit that I can't possibly be asked to fucking figure out how to do. The good news is there's almost no platforming. The bad news is everything else about it is fucking difficult.
Ooh.
So one thing about it, in fact, I'll show this off deliberately. There's going to be a lot of rooms like this where you can go in, and then some enemies spawn. For the first part of the level, they actually don't spawn enough enemies to get you a tate. So you have to kill them quickly, or your game will just start to run out regardless. But I think they also deliberately made it so you could just, like... I think they knew you could do this and skip the fights. So I'll be skipping a lot of fights by doing that. I'll be picking and choosing. There's a few rooms that are optional to go in for pickups too, which I will either be getting or not, depending on if I feel like I need them.
That's a good philosophy for power-ups.
By the way, one thing about... I should probably quickly talk about these ogres. They've got a lot of health. They've got several really huge sweeping attacks and a belly flop, which is brutal. Their most brutal thing is that they block. And while they block, they obviously can't be hit by anything. And they can just choose to block for as long as they feel like, more or less. If you hit them with either Shuriken or a sword, they will counterattack. And so the real strat is to hit them to force a counterattack, and then evade the counterattack, and then hit them. Because if you wait for them to finish blocking, there's a very good chance your tate will run out before they're done. And the real strat, I mean the ideal strat, is you Shuriken them while they're vulnerable. But they can block the Shuriken, and if they block the Shuriken, you just have to bait out the counter. Oh, nice fireball. It was my fault, I dashed into it. So I took enough damage there that I'm going to grab this health pickup. But first I'm going to spawn the enemies and kill them if I can. That's just awkward, I'm going to use that. And these are the last types of ninjas. They've got the claw ninjas, they've got a couple attacks that I think other ninjas didn't, and they've just got a lot of health. Enough that if I don't damage at least two of them before I start killing them, I probably won't be able to tate them. Because, like, even with a level 2 sword, I won't be able to kill the second ninja in time, if he's not already hurt a little bit. And I'm gonna pick up shurikens because they're pretty useful in this level. And also because of damage.
When they're standing there staring at you, they're also doing ninja pose. They're like, oh shit, yeah, we should probably be doing ninja pose too. It's really hard to do ninja pose when you have giant shredder claws all over you.
Yeah, that's where they do it for
Mega claws.
Oh, that's a type of flying head. Sorry, that's the last type of flying head. I was wrong in the last level.
Oh, is it? Because it's just a recolor of other fish.
Yeah.
Or maybe fun.
But it's... I mean, if we're counting recolors, because if we're not counting recolors, that's a third of the enemies in this game.
That's true. I think it's either 7 or 8 heads.
Yeah, I just pictured you talking about the claw ninjas acting like... The claw guys acting like ninjas. I picture them doing like that ninja thing where you put up the 2 fingers, like in the ninja salute, but they've got the claw hands, so it like scratches their chin. So they're like, ninja pose, slice.
Ow.
Oh god.
I am bad ninja.
I can't break the poses. I got a ninja pose with like blood trickling down the chin.
There's the belly flop. It's gonna ruin my tate. Yep.
I hate it when belly flops.
Wow, that was this dude's really mean today. So now you get to see how much health these dudes have.
Probably in a bad mood because he's shoved in this hallway that he can barely move around in.
Yeah, poor dude. I mean, to be fair, he spawned himself in here. So, there's 4 flying enemies in this next room that I'm about to enter, or in this hallway. And these particular 4 are programmed to do really brutal attacks for some reason. They like shooting big fireballs. If I don't kill them really quickly, which I just didn't, they're probably going to start shooting these really big, slow tracking things, which are very hard to dodge here. Ooh, I dodged it. How about that? That actually went okay. Sometimes that particular corner is really, really bad. Especially considering I didn't get a tate on the Oni, so I'm low health. Because I didn't get his full health pickup. Oh, these platforms here fall if you stand on them for long enough, but if you made it to stage 8, like, you won't be standing on them that long, so, like, I don't really know what the point of that is. I just broke a whole bunch of door lock things at once while also stunning those dudes. It's just easier to do that way. A whole lot of fighting these dudes is hurting them, so that you keep yourself safe while doing damage to several at once until you finally kill one. And then you hope you've done enough damage to the others that you can get the Tate. Wow, this is... they're not letting me hit them from behind very well, so... there we go. There we go. Good. If you miss that Tate, it's really bad, because you'll notice I'm already losing health.
Yep.
This fight's a little easier, because at least one of them they always put themselves into the corner there for you. Oh no, got it. That didn't kill him? That was... I should have hit him twice and kill him. Oh well. Well... that's unfortunate. That's actually quite unfortunate. I don't have a good place to get him back for a while. I'll just have to do this next bit really, really fast. Because both of these fights only have 3 people, and they're also both a pain to actually do. So... oh yeah, we're also in like an MC Escher room. I don't know why.
Yeah, you
really
guys swirling up the wall is a really good animation.
Ooh, this is really off. This is probably the hardest part of this level, I think. And I want to do it without ninja magic, because I genuinely need 3 ninja scrolls to beat the boss.
It's a good lesson, too. You can't always just solve your problems with ninja magic, Frank.
Ah, shit. That means I don't get his health refill either. That's super bad. And this one was my fault, not the enemy deciding to be invincible. Ah, shit. Ooh, that almost hit me. I know it looked like I was really clear from that body splash. I was not. It was very nearly hitting me. Because this game is really awful and bad, and nobody should play it. It's actually really good. Please play it.
This game is infuriating. 10 out of 10.
Made me want to tear my dick off. 100%. 10 stars. Finally.
Now, the desire was 100%, or you wanted to completely tear it off?
No, the rating of the game is 100% because it made me want to tear my dick off.
Oh, okay. You can see how perhaps I might be confused by said.
No, I don't understand where the confusion comes from, frankly.
Now, does that, in the scale of dick tearing, to indicate enjoyment of a video game, is tearing your own dick off above tearing someone else's dick off?
I mean, it's a single-player game. I go to multiplayer games to want to tear other people's dicks off.
I guess that makes sense.
The ninjas in this hallway in particular really like fucking standing there and just like ignoring. Like if I don't, the 2 who are closer to the door, if I don't go near them, they just watch me beat up their friends. It's really good. In fact, I think one of them went back to just watching me do it right now. Yep.
Like how one of them is just, they were all just standing around watching you, just like, oh shit, oh fuck.
Yeah, I don't know why, but these 2 in particular are like, yeah, I'm good. This is the last section of this level. Where you're supposed to fight a bunch... Basically, you keep going up these different platforms and fighting a bunch of dudes, and it's the reason I've never S-ranked it, because more and more dudes keep spawning here, and like, if you really, really want to get optimal score, you have to like... fucking gather up enemies from multiple tiers, and the thing is, if you knock them off, you don't get a Tate. So you need to carefully on the higher levels, you have to carefully fight dudes without knocking them off, and it's not worth it. So I just get the easy kills and move on. Ah, shit. And the good news is falling off here isn't too bad, unless you, like, really fuck up, because it's really easy to land on a lower platform. I'm not gonna fight anybody until the top. I'm not a sucker. Boy, there's a lot of bugs.
It does look like TikTok clock.
Just to overlay the music.
Yes! Oh man, that's perfect. Look at all the health, too. Ooh, that was actually a really good run of that level. Like, genuinely, I had very little trouble. That was good.
Now I don't believe the level's hard.
Hey, so here's a question. If you have a game that just keeps getting harder and harder and harder, until it's just so hard there's no room to make it harder in any sort of fair way, what do you do to the final boss?
Make it do a bunch of cheap bullshit?
Yes, that is the correct answer.
Yep, I knew it!
Gaze upon the
Completely
inferno that you
unfair.
have left in your wake. I unleash the Hellspawn and the Oboro.
Oh, but first I guess we should listen to his secret
City
plan.
of Tokyo. You battled them, consumed their souls until you were the last to remain alive. All to stain your hands with the blood of your
It is a
own
good hat.
people. You made me collect everyone's souls on purpose. Of course. This world is full of filth. In the last century, science has evolved, but have the hearts of men? The gap between those with power and those without has grown.
The last century science evolved, but have the hearts of men? Shane's like, we're working on a vaccine for that.
Have merged into one inside Akujiki. And their burning hatred of me will give birth to a perfect and pure soul. And with it, I will become the true ruler of this world.
I have a way to save all their souls and bring them into one perfect world. I wrote a book about it. It's called Ready Player One.
You can have it. However,
That madman!
I shall destroy you along with this.
No, this guy
accursed
looks
blade.
too good to be Ernest Klein.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus. He might be trying to destroy the world, but he's not evil.
You do not.
Anyway, I'm actually legitimately
Dealing.
going to save state to state 0 because I probably will want to return here at some point. Let me just make sure I actually did that. Good. Okay.
Frank's like, oh, I haven't torn my dick off completely yet. I need
Well,
to...
because the thing is, you might be thinking, oh, but you get a checkpoint right at the start of the boss, right? So why would you need to save state? But the checkpoint at the start of the boss doesn't save your ninja scrolls. It always starts you with 1, and I think I'm going to want 3. In fact, frankly, I want 4 or 5, but that's not an option. So yeah, if you die, there's actually a trick to it. Let me just make sure again before I show the trick. Okay, there is a trick to it. If you, for instance, like die, but you pause right before you die and hit retry, then it's like, oh, you retried, so you do have the ninja scrolls. But if you finish dying first, then you don't start with the ninja scrolls. It's a really stupid gimmick.
I call forth the fires of hell.
Anyways, this boss has a few things to explain about him. He casts a bunch of different spells, and he also dances,
I
which is
call
cute.
forth the wrath
That's
of
good.
the earth.
Aw.
I'll show off the spells he casts at this phase of the fight. So he has Wrath of the Earth, which is the best one for me because it sucks. Like, if I stand still, it'll hit me. Otherwise, it won't.
I call forth the wrath
They're
of the
actually
earth.
they're each an ability that a boss has already used on me. You might recognize some of them. In this phase of the fight, as I hit him.
Forth the wrath of the earth.
Yeah, so the Wrath of the Earth is actually something. It's what the tiger spider threw at me. Also, when I do enough hits, he gives me back yin and yang. He shoots lightning at me, which maybe isn't from any of the other bosses. I forget. And he shoots the big fireball at
I
me.
call forth the
Oh, and the
icy
ice.
touch of
Ice
death.
balls from the ice god boss. and the big fireball, which actually isn't from the fire demon. It's from the ninja fire guy that fought me, but hey, whatever.
I call forth the icy touch of death.
Just throw a knife at him. It's all in the wrist.
Anyway, so those are the 4 spells he'll do right now. You'll notice he doesn't have a health bar yet. It's because the fight hasn't started
I
yet.
call forth the icy touch of death.
This is just a warm-up to the fight, and also it gives me back yin and yang.
You are too late. Hand over Akujiki, and I may yet let you live.
He does a cool thing where he does do that.
Spirits of the netherworld.
He sort of like demolishes all the props around it when you start the fight proper. That's his like necromancy spell, which is his own, and it's just laser beams. It's the worst because it's the hardest
I
to
call
dodge.
forth the wrath of the earth.
What else does he have that he hasn't done yet? Oh yeah, he's got his melee combo, which it'd be cool if he did it right now, but he won't.
I call
Nope.
forth the fires of
He'll
hell.
do this. He'll make this incredibly fucking quiet noise, and he'll do an animation that is very hard to see. And oh, he's doing it. Here, I'll just show it off. And then he'll do a teleporting melee combo, which is distressingly hard to dodge and leaves him fully invincible, and altogether is enough to kill me. So, it's really good, is my point. That's his best attack. Well, it's the worst for me.
I call forth the wrath of the earth.
Because, like, if he does that, my Tate's gone, basically, and, like, dodging it is genuinely hard, even if nothing else is going on. It's just kind of hard to time it right, because the timing's
I call
really
forth the
specific.
icy touch of death.
I liked his little purse slip seal thing that was flying around with him. Like, hey, what's going on? I'm Pepper.
Yeah, those are his minions, and they're the worst, too.
I call down the power of the
So you know how
heavens.
things are, like, usually solid, and therefore you can't just go through them? They aren't
But
solid.
in life, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, just as a general rule of thumb about objects that exist.
Hand over Akujiki.
I'm actually going to make the save point here instead. So we don't... So yeah, that tutorial happens every time you die, by the way, so I'm just going to save point past it, so we don't have to look at that either.
I call forth the fires of
But every
hell.
time you kill him, you have to go through the humiliation round of doing that again. In case you're wondering how little damage I do, that's how little damage I do to him without the
I call
charge.
forth the fires of hell.
The fireball is pretty good for him to do. It's short, and it'll go towards whatever the first
The icy touch of death.
after image you've left is, so you just have to make sure you leave an after image near to him. Anyway, so these pieces of paper are the fucking worst.
Spirits of the netherworld.
They shoot these little balls, which isn't too bad. But if they're close to you, they'll also do a melee. They'll sort of shake and then they'll charge around. And while they're charging around, you usually can't hit them because they are just incredibly dodging you. And if they hit you solidly with the charge attack, they will explode, which not only does a lot of damage, but also means you can't rotate for full damage anymore. And then in addition to that, when you swing, here, let's see if I can even show this off. Wow, there's too many of them for you to show it off. When you swing, they're not really solid. You can walk right through them, so your swing, as you do the swing animation, you'll often go straight through them and not hit them. And then they'll be like, well, since I'm inside of you, it would be rude not to hit you, and they hit you.
Good.
I think that's basically everything that happens in this fight,
I
but the
call
combination
forth
of
the
it
wrath of the
is
earth.
fucking brutal. You can... So the goal is to build up a
I
Tate,
call forth the fires
and then hit
of
this dude
hell.
from behind, which is possible. If he's just cast a spell, he won't turn to face you, and you can hit him from behind, like that.
I call forth the fires of hell.
I think it works differently on the air and in the ground. And if he's on the ground, you can kick him, and then quickly dash behind him. And then you get the back hit. And if I do that successfully, if I get a full Tate, and I hit him behind, I will do
I call forth the icy
half his health,
death.
I think. If I hit him from the front, it will only be a quarter of his health.
I call forth the wrath of the earth.
Yeah, that's
Papers
basically
are
the
still
fight.
cute, though.
I call forth the icy touch of death.
I like the little wiggle they do right before they hit you. Sorry.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hello, I'm Paper. I am a paper.
I call down the power of the heavens.
Yeah, I missed one enemy in that, so I only did an eighth of his health.
Spirits of the netherworld.
And actually, I would just... He's about to summon a full squad immediately, because it alternates between summoning them 2 at a time and then summoning a full squad. I will show you how fucking hard it is to try and get a combo off them when they're all spawned, because there's so many fucking fireballs. It's genuinely hard to hit them without getting paralyzed and then fireball. And you'll understand why I want ninja magic.
We all want ninja magic.
Look how many times I'm getting hit during this. And I'm spending more time dodging than hitting.
That's fine, because there's no timer that will kill you if you spend too much time dodging. So
right. It's not like there's 2 different timers, both of which mean you fail. On the plus side, you can do this. Oops, I hit him, so he actually teleported. Shit. Also, the way to interrupt his melee combo is to also hit him while he's... Well, he does like a starting up animation for it, so you need to listen... Ooh, he's doing it. You need to listen super closely, because literally all he says is... Wow. Wow, I took a lot of damage. Wait, did he kill one of his own? Oh, the talismans can kill each other, and one of them did. So this Dante's already ruined, I'm already at half health, so I'm just gonna die. I'll try not to just restart immediately too much, but that one was 100% doomed.
Montreth, I believe the phrase you're looking for is dance, water, dance? Dance, water, dance.
This is the hardest fucking thing in the game, by the way, I swear.
Seems easy to me. What's your problem?
Yeah, I can do this. I just don't feel like it.
But doing this, I don't even know how the fuck... Like, I do know how you do this at ninjas do, because I've seen people do it on YouTube. The secret strat is to kill a few of the guys as they spawn, and then, when the, ah, shit, one of them just got killed by a fireball. So the secret is to kill a couple of them as they spawn, so you build up some yin. Ah, I didn't even get the back hit. Shit. So yeah, you kill a few of them as they spawn 2 at a time to build up your yin a bit. And then, oh shit, he's doing his combo! If he starts that on the other side of the level, you literally can't stop it, you just have to deal with it. But yes, sorry, so you kill the super pro strat is to kill a few of the dudes, power up your yin enough to do the charge slash, and then when the huge group comes, you somehow kill them all, and build up your Tata. And then you get behind him and you do the charge slash to kill him in one hit. All of which is just, like, there are several steps along that description that I don't feel like I don't understand how they're possible by a human being. So, like, I'm not totally sure how you do all of those at once. I'm wondering if it's you spend literally like 100 hours on just this boss fight, redoing it over and over. Because I don't know how else you do that. I refuse to believe someone is that good, by which I mean I refuse to believe someone is that much better than me. Because I know I'm great.
Yeah.
And I can't die.
Therefore, it's impossible.
Basically. I believe my reasoning is sound.
That's pretty reasonable, I think.
I call down the power of the heavens.
Shit. Oh, the stun! Well, okay, I've used up all 3 of my ninja scrolls and I've got him down to not half health. things are going really good so far.
I call forth the wrath of the earth.
Oh, here comes the whole squad.
Spirits of the netherworld.
One of them killed the another thing. And he's... Oop, he's doing a spell, so I can't hit him. That happens a lot, by the way, is you build up your Tate perfectly, and then he's like, actually, I'm doing a spell. So you can't do anything at all. Which is like the real part where it goes from this is ludicrous and hard to this is just genuinely unfair, because like it's basically just rolling a die on if I get to hit him after I've done all the work required to hit him.
Welcome to life, asshole.
I feel like that your move to stun him and keep hitting him is just like kicking him, just like, no.
Well, your great ninja moves are no match for my quit it!
Please, I'm trying to do a spell. It takes me a second. Unfair. Cast magic missile. Lightning bolt.
Spirits of the netherworld.
Ooh, that was random chance. Why do I got hit by that enough?
I call forth the fires of hell.
Wait, where's the last one?
I call forth the fires of hell.
That's not from behind? Or was it? I can't tell.
I call down the power of the heavens.
Anyway, I have tried for hours to beat this dude while using 0 or 1 magic skulls, and I've literally never done it in my entire life.
Down the power of the heavens.
Not even as a child, when I had more free time and I played this game for many more hours. I never managed.
I call forth the
And keep in
fires
mind,
of hell.
as a child, I didn't have save states, so I was relying on that retry trick, and if I screwed up, I had to play the whole level over.
Oh, nice.
That's good stuff.
Oh, he blew up right as I used my magic, so now this Tate is worthless because it's, even at best, it's going to do half the damage it could have, because one enemy's gone. The game is a very good game. I do have to emphasize that. It's very good.
As you're getting your ass kicked. This is a very good experience, by the way.
10 out of 10. Wow, you're going right into that attack, huh? Good.
Spirits of the netherworld. I call forth the wrath of the earth.
But yeah, if it takes too long in this case, I will spare you, because, like, if I'm not in the right mindset, it could literally take hours and hours of play. So at a certain point, if I feel like it's not going too great, I will start save stating once I get a solid hit. Which makes it obviously so much easier. Oop, he's about to do his combo, and I can't stop him. He's too far away. Oh, and I timed it wrong! Oh, and one of them just blew each other up? That shouldn't happen that often. Oh, by the way, the reason I know they're doing that is... I don't know if you've noticed, but that meter in the top right shows how many enemies there are alive and how many I've got on my Tate. And I keep seeing one disappear, which is weird.
The game's deleting them because they don't want it to be too easy for you.
That's good. I was worried. I was like, man, this game's just... The one thing about it that I've always complained about is, boy, it's just too easy.
I call down the power of the heavens.
Fuck. Well, I think I just died. Yeah.
I call forth the fires of hell.
That's not a back hit. Okay.
I call down the power of the heavens.
A fun thing to note is that if you just If he did nothing but let you hit him in the back all day without teleporting away, I think you still wouldn't be able to kill him before you died to sword drain. Oop. By the way, did you hear the cue for that combo? Because I didn't. I saw the very tail end of his animation from across the stage, or I would have gotten hit, and I still got hit. Well, you go ahead and finish that off. You just go ahead and finish me off, little man.
You earned it. Well, you didn't earn it because this shit's unfair, but you know what I mean.
There's nothing earned about this. I guess I could reveal this. Did you understand the dude's plan? Because I didn't till I, played through several times, even though it is not complicated.
Well, it seemed like he killed everyone, so he put all the souls into the sword to eat sword, and then all those souls will be one soul, and they'll be very mad at him because he's a jerk, and it'll create some sort of spirit of some kind. I mean, I know that there's old Japanese stories about how if you starve a dog and focus its attention so hard on food and then kill it, then it becomes like some sort of dog demon that's super powerful. So maybe it's something like that, only instead of dogs, it's an entire village full of human beings. You know, that old chestnut. Maybe there's something we're just not getting about Japanese pop culture, because a lot of video games seem to focus on this idea of having a new rebirth of a new world or of a new soul or whatever, and I've never understood exactly what the hell that means. But a lot of video game villains really want to do it, so I guess it's really evil or really good. I don't know.
Maybe you should stop knocking until we tried it. Have we ever let someone just do it?
Creating an ultimate being in an entirely new world. Let's see. Who likes to make ultimate beings? Well,
I'm dead. Oh, I'm not quite dead yet. I'm about to be. Actually, yeah, I will literally die before he spawns more enemies, so I'm just gonna kill myself. I know it looks like I'm not dead. I am already dead. It's just if I keep struggling, I will take me 10 seconds to die.
say.
Your next words are, I call upon the wrath of the earth. Right? Nope, I was wrong. Wait, I was right! I called it! You guys can't hear that, I guess, but he says the name of his spells out loud every time he does them. Which probably sounds way cooler in Japanese than English.
I call forth the fires of hell! I call forth the fires of hell!
One of them died. Well, okay. I'm just gonna hit the restart button there. Go fuck yourself.
I call forth the icy touch of death! I call forth the fires of hell!
Yeah, that's how you do the back hit. You have to get right behind him.
I call forth the fires
The
of hell!
backstab on him is pretty specific. Like, you can't do it from the side-ish. You have to get pretty solidly behind him. Because, you know, why not?
I call forth the fires of hell!
Wouldn't want to make this easy on you, though, would we?
No, it would be, like, boring, obviously. This game would be boring if it was easy, is the thing. As Nightshade proved, just, even though Nightshade is technically a more interesting game, it has more going on. And then none of the things it adds, I think, are too terrible. It's boring because it's easy, and this game is simple but hard, and the hard is how the game generates interest, essentially.
I call forth the fires of hell!
Games where Frank retains his dick are not allowed on the stream.
No. Let me... I'm gonna do the save state right there, actually. I'm gonna start it. Because that was a good hit. And again, like...
I got one hit, I have to say.
Like, literally, that's this like... otherwise we would be here hours. That's not... I didn't get the ideal amount of sleep last night, so I'm not my ultimate being. So, like, I don't know, like... to be able to actually beat this, like, tell you, this will be beaten within an hour or two without save states. I would have to be like, this is the best day of my life, and I am operating as my perfect self. Like, otherwise I couldn't...
You go like Super Saiyan Frank?
I mean, like, I'd have to be my
become
ideal...
Child Frank.
I would have to be operating under, like, 100% perfection in order to do that. Where are you
Like
at?
I have the tiger in the
The
background.
wrath of the earth!
Well, he had a spell up. He was colored white, so I didn't get to play. Like,
I call forth the wrath
that's
of
how it
the
goes.
earth!
That's the you lose round.
I do like that every time I hit lock on, like, the scarf shifts around.
Yeah, that's really good. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Guys, just like, stop that.
The icy touch of death!
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I see you.
Some Bugs Bunny shit going on over here.
Down the power of the heavens!
Oof. I played too hard and I got hit by a fireball.
Ow.
Spirits of the netherworld, obey your master.
I guessed that one blind. It wasn't really a guess. The netherworld one is just really hard to dodge.
If I was a ninja with super ninja powers and a scarf like that, that's pretty much how I would use that power. I would just wave dash back and forth over and over and over again.
You can choose one special ninja accessory. This will make you fully invincible. This will let you fly like a bird. Hey, what's this scarf do? Well, I mean, it just looks cool. Like, I don't know, it's not really magic. I want the scarf.
Yeah, I want a scarf. Will it look extra stupid if I wiggle?
It's like literally everybody
Obviously.
keeps going for the scarf. Like, what?
That's why the Obora clan actually died out.
There's all this super useful shit.
The wrath of the earth!
Like, honestly, if they just had someone making more scrolls that make people invincible, that would have been nice. Just build up a few more of those. Like, have some people take some calligraphy classes.
Oh, maybe that's just, yeah, maybe their handwriting was really bad, so their invincible scrolls didn't work.
It's just like, what is this? You made a scroll that makes you invincible?
Since it's in Japanese, it could be literally anything. You can interpret it a billion different ways and they'll all technically be accurate.
Well, that was an interesting pose to freeze in. Oh, this is bad. So that's what it looks like when you try and hit a dude who's doing a charge attacks, by the way. He just dodges away from you forever. And again, I do want to emphasize, they can do that anytime they want to, and, like, there's nothing stopping him from doing that when he's the only one you can hit. Oop, missed it.
Spirits of the netherworld, obey your master. I call down the power
The one nice thing is that they do drop health a fair bit. Which is really the only way this fight is allowed to go on as long as it does. Like, they drop health so that they can make the fight longer and more brutal. It's still nice to drop health.
They could have not.
Yeah, then it would be literally unbeatable. Oop.
It's just this Stockholm syndrome. Oh, they were nice enough to give me help. How gracious of them.
Yeah, it's really more like they were brutal enough to make this fight need them to drop health, but, you know, think positive.
Think positive.
Oh my god. Fuck off with that shit.
I call forth the icy touch of death.
Get him, Frank. Get him.
I call forth the
That's
wrath
it.
of the earth.
Take him to the top. Tate parlor.
Nope, I don't want to deal with that attack, thank you.
I call forth
Oh,
the wrath
I was
of
in
the
charge
earth.
enemy. This is awkward.
I call forth the icy touch of death.
I should probably say this fight is a lot more fun if you don't use the ninjutsu. It's like impossibly hard.
That sentence is never true, just in life in general.
I call forth the wrath of the earth.
But there's this really cool sort of element to it where you're trying to constantly dodge the fireballs, build up your combo, and react to whatever spell he's throwing at you at the same time.
Forth the icy touch
It really
of death.
does feel super, super cool when you pull it off. It's not feasible to pull off right now for me.
I call forth the fires of hell.
I think you have to be at least willing to be a speedrunner in order
I call
to
down the power of the heavens.
play this game on super difficulty.
I'm sure the run of this is just ridiculous looking.
It's absurd.
I call forth the wrath of the earth.
I think this, you not only have to be like a runner, but yet this have to be like just the only game you play.
Yep.
Like, hey, so did you get into Breath of the Wild? No, Shinobi.
Is that
Game's
some
been
sort
out.
of version of Shinobi? Because that's the only type of video game I even recognize anymore.
You've been playing that game since 2001. 2002 actually. I looked it up.
Yes, straight. What's your point?
The netherworld will be your master.
Oops, that was my fault.
Spirits of the netherworld.
Oh yeah, sometimes he double teleports too, just in case it was enough of a dick.
Spirits of the netherworld will be your doom.
I do appreciate that your magic spell dialogue interrupts his magic spell dialogue. So he'll be like, spirits of the netherworld, and you die.
I call down the power of the heavens.
Please? Oh my god, I screwed that one up.
Spirits of the netherworld.
Oh, there's a really great example of me just slashing through the enemy. Super good and fun, and I like it. Actually, it's good.
I call down
Actual good
the
video
power
game.
of the
Frank
heavens.
was.
Honestly, that is the one part of this fight, as much as I'm bitching about it, then it's really hard. That's the only part I really genuinely don't like, is that you just sort of slash through them, because it doesn't make any sense, and it feels really bad to do. And there's no real skill in avoiding it. There's like a little something. The trick is that
Spirits of the
you don't want to do the spin attack if you're slashing through somebody, because the final hit of your normal combo will sometimes like swing backwards and hit them,
I call forth
if
the
you go
fires
through
of
them, but
hell.
like, mostly it's just bad and that it happens at all. Oop, he's gonna do his super combo. And it's gonna ruin my combo, probably. Yep.
Shall feed upon your carcass.
Ah, boy.
You just slam straight into that paper. Or at least that's what the animation made it look like.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is I had to dodge. Or he would hit me with his melee, so it's just like,
Icy touch of death.
you don't have a lot of choice.
I call forth the wrath of the earth. I call down
A
the
really
power of the heavens.
obnoxious thing is that these talismans also have a lot of health, honestly, for what they are. Like,
For paper.
for being paper.
I call forth the wrath
They have a
of the earth.
surprising amount of health. Ooh, that was close. Like, the first... You'd expect for, like, a tiny boss
I
minion like
call
this,
forth the fires
you'd
of
kill
hell.
one, and then you'd be able to kill the second one in a couple swings. But it can often still take 3 or 4 swings from the front to kill the second one, even with, like, a level 2 charge. And it's not until you've killed 3 that you can solidly kill them in one hit, which is really brutal when there's 8 of them and they're really small and throwing fireballs all over the place.
I call forth the icy touch of death.
Oops, that was a really bad timing. Oh, he's doing shit. Oh, I saw it just a second too late. Wow,
Whoa!
Jesus. Brutal. That was a particularly good one because he kept teleporting to different sides of me.
Forth the icy touch of death.
Good job, man. Well played. GGD.
Well played on your fucking cheating.
I call down the power of the heavens.
The thunder attack auto-adjusts your distance in a way that I think is kind of interesting, by the way. The first one will never hit you. The second one can, but usually tries not to. And then the third one hits you.
I call
Ooh.
forth the icy touch of death.
Yeah, that was so recent. I'm moving very quickly. Start at that one. Oh, he's doing his combo. Ah.
I call forth the icy touch of death.
So if you were a ninja, what would you use instead of a scarf to indicate what direction you were just in to people playing as you?
Would I use other than a scarf?
Well, the other two people don't use scarves.
Forth the fires of hell.
I would be holding on to a giant sub sandwich that would move exactly the same way as the scarf. It would be very wiggly.
Sorry, keep going. I'm just
Free
gonna
floating
hit the
sandwich.
save.
Yeah, just holding a giant long sandwich that's kind of bends around like the scarf.
Spirits of the netherworld.
That'd be pretty good.
I would use a giant arrow on a hat. But instead of indicating where I'm going or the direction I'm going, it would go the other direction so as to confuse me.
So they don't even see it coming. He said he was gonna move left, but he moved right. But why?
He's disobeyed the ninja code.
Oh, that's how you know he's like a super badass ninja who plays by his own rules.
I call forth the
Got
fires
cast out of the ninja clan.
I just decided to stop saying the names of my attacks out loud and also where I'm going.
I call forth the wrath of the earth.
Truly, he was the strongest warrior we had ever seen.
My god.
Spirits of
All
the
my
netherworld.
attacks are all my attacks are spelled out in like fucking Portuguese or some language they're definitely not gonna know. I don't even know what that is.
With this forbidden technique, I can't even imagine the horror someone could unleash if they used it irresponsibly. We have to cover it up. Wait, is this it? Yes! Get my fucking dick and take it. Take it away!
Frank tore his dick off and now the game's taking it.
Get rid of it. Get the fuck rid of it. I get aggressively sexual with this game in a way that is probably unfortunate.
I understand.
I would say
when you beat a tough boss, I understand.
Probably unfortunate, but actually isn't. I do like that we got a nice shot of Shane's ass when you hit the final strike on him.
This world. Why do you still?
So yeah, the game at the last second throws in this thing where it's like magic is disappearing from the world, and that's all I was about, I guess? I don't really know. It's a really weird theme to throw in the last cutscene.
They wouldn't be the last of their kind if you didn't kill the entire.
Yeah, there's that too.
With magic out of the way,
Oh, shell,
helicopters
he
have
was
now
an
been
old man
invented.
originally. And then he was only a teenager when he absorbed a bunch of souls.
Yep.
Anyways, that's the end. You fucking die. Because even in the cutscene, Shinobi wants to make sure that you don't get killed out. There's literally no way to not die. That is the end. And it's
Best
canonical.
ending.
The next game is like, yeah, he's dead. Like, you might think, oh, a building is collapsing on him. It's not like he's really... No, he's dead. Like, he's gone.
That's why there's no more magic ninjas. Way to go, evil hat eyeball man.
So there are, I think, a set of 8 EX stages, which I'm going to play through as sort of a little bonus thing. But I'm going to go to the bathroom first. I'll be right back.
It's gonna be really hard with your dick torn off, but have at it.
This game
So guys,
tore off my dick. 10 out of 10.
Let's discuss what's going on in Frank's brain to make him yell such things when he plays video games.
I totally get it. Like, when you beat a tough-ass boss, you're just like, yes, fucking... I'm gonna say a bunch of fucking aggressive shit because I won. So I get that part of it, at least. The fact that he wants to fuck the game in that is... I guess I sort of understand that.
I mean, Shane does have a really nice ass.
I do have a weird habit of when I beat a tough boss or a tough section, I'll flip off the screen. I don't know why I do that, but it's just kind of like a yeah, fuck you.
So it's like angry Reno.
And I think I've done that on camera sometimes. It's been a bad thing. But yeah, instead of the fist pump motion, it's just like flip off. Do like a... Yep.
So, you get these by getting every single one of the secret coins in all the levels. And I think they're like prototype stages that they brushed up a little bit. Because they look like prototype stages that they brushed up a little bit. I've played some of these, but not all of them. I mean, I played all of them as a kid, but I do not remember them. But like, you know, this one's sort of like this is what wall running is like, and you're doing combat on it. Oh, and this one also, in a moment, we'll have... Well, wait, let me kill these dudes first. I think it shows up right now. Where are they? Here they are. These guys, who only show up here. Literally only in this stage and never anywhere else.
Ooh, a little
No!
centipede monsters.
Centipede Onis.
Onipede.
Onipede. Centonies.
No, yeah, that's about the best I can do too.
I suspect someone might be in here. Hi.
What?
Hey.
So, Boots, Frank already beat the game and is now showing off extra levels.
I can't hear Boots at all. You guys can hear Boots?
He is
Yeah.
very, very quiet.
He's in...
Boots is wanting to know if you're playing the classic Sega Genesis game Shinobi, but he's not. It's a PlayStation 2.
Yes.
Am I still quiet?
No,
There,
he
there
just
you
got loud.
How about now?
Oh no, he's 100 feet tall! Frank, quick, beat up 4 small guys and...
So I can take down Boots.
Yes, I can tate Boots.
Beat up his 8 reindeers so you can take down Boots.
Wait, my 8 reindeer?
Yeah. So Frank has been playing this game, and apparently when Frank beats a difficult video game, he tells the video game to take his dick.
To just take it.
Just
Take it away. Make it go
Just
away.
take his dick away.
Oh, take my dick, video game.
I mean,
Like that?
that's pretty much exactly what he said, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's... That's correct.
Okay. So now he's showing off the bonus stages. He
Shit,
just takes
what
it
the
away. He just, small Japanese spirits just detach cock and ascend to heaven.
Grabbed by the cock campus.
Oh, she'll never notice Shane's nice abs. He has very nice and kind of weird, undead-looking abs.
Yeah, Shane and yeah. Oh yeah, that's also our pet name for the ninja. Boots is Shinobi.
You mean it's his real name?
Oh wait, his actual name is Shinobi.
Does he not actually have a name?
His name is Shane.
His name is Hatsuma, but that's difficult to pronounce, so we're calling him Shinobi.
I can't help but notice that the floor
Shane
is really
Hotsu.
lava in this level.
Shane Hotsu. You can't help but notice what?
The floor is literally lava.
Yep.
Well, it's literally nothing, actually. There's no floor. This is sort of a prototype level, so they didn't bother putting in a death pit. But to be fair, in the real levels, the death pit is sometimes an ankle's worth of water, so...
Yeah, we found that out.
Just like with only walls,
What?
no floors.
Yeah, that happens a lot in this game, actually.
It's not uncommon.
I would say as a contractor, they could probably charge a hell of a lot for building that.
The endless death pit.
Yeah, like getting...
That would be such a great gag, though. It's like, oh, we forgot to buy the floor, it's not in the budget, so it just doesn't exist. What do you mean, like there's dirt there? No, there's literally...
There's just nothing. Just an endless void.
Yeah, like
We removed the dirt
workers
first.
to look over the horrible OSHA violations.
Oh, that would be so good, Ninja. How expected?
Ninja OSHA.
What?
Shinosha.
Shinosha.
Well, I know what the Songs Crime spin-off is now.
Building inspection for video games.
Yeah.
That'd be really good, though. Actually, I would listen to that.
Again, handrails. There's no handrails.
Just
Not
so
even like
you
a sign.
just so you know, Frank, this VR training doesn't mean you're a real ninja.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make that. Oops.
So this is a game where Shane has a sword, and it's an evil demon sword, and if he doesn't kill enough if he doesn't kill enough monsters with the sword fast enough, then sword starts eating his soul and will kill him. That's the basic premise.
And if you don't kill enough of them in one combo, then you don't... It'll eat your soul faster, essentially. So you have to get combos.
I theorize that on the inside of the handle there's a little mouth that goes like easier.
And then
Takes little nibbles at you.
so that's why you have to kill everything simultaneously in a badass ninja fashion. Also, his scarf long. Oh, that's actually okay. So, Boots, we had mentioned this before, but the scarf length is to show like what direction he's in. It was originally like a programming error to make it that long, but it's really good at showing its direction. So, if you were a magic ninja, what would you have other than a scarf to show what direction you're jumping around in? Yeah, as a Canadian ninja.
as a ninja that like, you know, since
Good night,
obviously
Montress.
I need some sort of like,
Yeah.
you know, really effective breadcrumb trail to point out where I am.
Right.
I think just like an endless series of beacons.
Are they beeping like really loudly as you're...
Yeah, they beep really loudly and say, "Hey, he's over there."
That's
You
really
leave behind.
good.
You leave behind a Looney Tunes sign that says he went that way.
I'm sorry, Frank. The sign says he went that away.
That away. In
Right,
Japanese.
right.
What's Japanese for that away? I'm gonna get my people on this. See, Toast had the ultimate trick. He was gonna have a sign that pointed the opposite direction of where he was going to confuse his enemies.
Yeah, it'd be a hat with a big arrow on it, but it would point the opposite direction.
Actually, the interesting thing about that is the Japanese people find it much harder to say that way than that away.
That's true. It's like, oh, you got the extra syllable in there, thank God.
Yeah. Well, you can't follow a consonant with another consonant. There's gotta be a vowel.
Yeah,
in between.
that's just fucking madness.
So I thought of another good way to show the direction you're going as a ninja, other than the scarf.
What was that?
You know how in like Windows, like you can set the mouse pointer so that it leaves like little like after images, so you can tell where it goes. I would do that. Yeah, I do that trail thing, but not of myself as a ninja. I would have a little mouse pointer that would leave that trail wherever I go. Like it'd be like attached to like the top of my head, and then
That'd be pretty good.
it'd be trailing everywhere.
So you guys' answers were way better than my giant sandwich idea.
Giant sandwich is still very good.
I mean, that's just true in general. My giant sandwich ideas are normally Not feasible.
It is like Scooby-Doo sandwiches.
Yeah, like a really long sub sandwich that's moving similarly to the game.
That's more of a Homer Simpson sandwich.
Yeah, Homer Simpson.
A Scooby-Doo sandwich is very tall.
It's true. Made with extra Scooby.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo sandwich is Wonder Bread. A million ingredients.
Yeah, with everything, just whatever's in the fridge, and a few things down the fridge.
Literally everything in the fridge.
Yeah.
The Dagwood directions.
When's the Blondie character action game coming out? Dagwood just flipping through the sky, killing things, chopping things in half. Really good.
So I recently learned that Blondie has way more of a backstory and history than I knew about.
Does it?
Yes, apparently back when the comic started, Blondie was like the daughter of, I guess, like some oil barons or like some very rich family, but she was like kind of like a flapper, like, you know, debutante girl, whatever, you know. So she went against her family and married a like regular guy, Dagwood, to like I guess to spite them, and then ran away with them.
Did she do it for the sandwiches?
So she doesn't
I
like
think so.
Dagwood, and their marriage is really unhappy because it's a spite marriage?
They seem happy. I mean, they're always smiling in the logo or whatever.
Yeah, but she's not really. She's just doing it to spite her parents. She's
if
actually
it's like-
deeply
Oh yeah,
unhappy.
she was a flapper. That's right. That's what I was
I always
trying.
get those archives because there was a Blondie like radio show.
Was there?
I want to hear some of those.
What would Dagwood's voice? I don't even know it. I haven't never given enough thought to think what does Dagwood's voice sound. My Dagwood voice headcanon will be ruined. Hello, it's me, Dagwood.
Think about that. Like, baby, I'm Dagwood. He's killed by the Big Bopper.
He's so good. Dude, can we get Bunny Bread to play Dagwood?
Dagbread?
Dagbread? Okay. Actually,
we go.
just have Bunny Bread voice all the Sunday funnies. That would be. John, give me lasagna.
John, come on, baby, give me the lasagna.
I'd watch this reboot of Garfield Friends, and so would all of you.
In our drive back from Texas, my friend and I listened to the playlists I found on Google Play Music, which was Enemy Magazine's top 100 songs of the 50s, and top 100 songs of the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, because it's a long fucking drive. At some point in the 50s,
Oh my fucking god, where'd that come from? Sorry, go on with your story.
50s? Well, it came after the 40s. Not quite the 60s yet, though.
I think it was like Cliff Richard or something, and it was this song. I forget what the song was, but it was a live recording of it, and so there was like the sounds of young women just screaming, just really loud, and all I could think of was that he was waving a gun around. While singing. It's just like at various moments, like he was obviously doing something that would make the girl go. Just like screaming as loud as I can. Just imagine while he's singing this, like, you know, 12-bar blues, rockabilly, just waving this gun.
Wouldn't that be so great, though? Like, the girls aren't really putting enough effort into it when you like scare them. You still got that gun, right?
I'm pretty
Or,
sure
like,
Phil Spector did that at some point.
Brings in like a fake plastic skeleton, or like a sheet, puts a sheet on his head, pretends to be a ghost.
It was Phil Spector that actually pulled a gun on Joey Ramone. He insisted on putting horns on their homes. You're getting horns, like with Ramones. We don't do horns. You're getting horns. He won.
Guns do solve everything. Frank, I can't help but notice these tanks are sitting on teeny tiny floating platforms.
Yeah, I don't
The
know how
demon
they
tanks.
got there.
Well, I think the logistics of this, how did any of this get here?
Well, I mean, the platforms obviously just float, so they just floated up.
Duh, Boots.
Obviously.
Didn't learn that in video game contracting school.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side. I want to go over there, huh? Probably. Ooh, that was close.
Since we can't hear the music because we have the stream muted, I'm just imagining the Mario Sunshine, like, acapella Mario theme.
I was just about to make a Mario Sunshine joke. So do you guys want to hear the actual backstory, not fucked up by me, of Blondie?
Sure. Obviously I do. You know I'm a Blondie fan.
Yeah, Blondie Revengeance, let's go.
Blondie focused on the adventures of Blondie Boopadoop, a carefree flapper girl who spent her days in dance halls along with her boyfriend Dagwood Bumstead, heir to a railroad fortune. On February 17th, 1933, after much fanfare and build-up, Blondie and Dagwood were married. After a month-and-a-half-long hunger strike by Dagwood to get his parents' blessing, as they strongly disapproved was marrying beneath his class, they disinherited him. Left only with a check to pay for their honeymoon, the Bumsteads were forced to become a middle-class suburban family.
So he was the rich one.
Yeah, I got that wrong.
Yeah. Why? She should have kept her last name, but my last name was Boopadoop. Yeah, I'm keeping that. Yeah, I'm keeping that.
Oh, she should have hyphenated. Boopadoo Bumstead.
Oh! Bootsy, this is why you're this call.
Or maybe you made a little
thinking-
portmanteau.
I'm tapping my temple here. Boots got this figured out.
Yeah.
Man, how much does it cost to change your last name? Can I just go do that right now? Let me just get back to you guys, get back to the stream.
Boopadoop is taken now.
It's not more than one person have the same
The
last
government
name.
specifically reserves certain names because they're really rad and they give them out to people who, like, help the government.
So I
I think you're thinking of show dogs.
So I went to high school with two people. There was Christy Palmer and Mike Butts.
Ooh.
They got married. Christy decided on the hyphenated name for her Facebook profile.
Palmer Butts.
Yep.
Good. Christy understands.
She gets it.
She gets it. Me and Christy are like this. I'm doing the finger. Just doing this. Good old Palmer, that's what we used to call her. Good thing that name worked out.
Yeah, it was just kind of mean before she married the guy.
She kind of fell into that life now. Think about it. See, Bucci came in at just the right time, because now that Frank's doing the bonus stages, there's not as much to talk about on like the game's mechanics and levels and stuff, so he just say stuff like this.
Okay, Frank, tell us about the backstory of that tank.
It's
demon
really
tank.
sad and tragic, actually. Like, it was
Was the sword an evil demon? Did your sword eat the soul of it?
the sword
Or
is
was the
just
tank-
a
was the tank- or was
sword.
the tank an evil demon? The sword eat the soul?
Yes, the tank is actually possessed tank. That's why you can see it has the like a demon tag on it.
It's made of hamburger meat.
Bye.
Devil hamburger
I'm just
meat.
gonna leave that
hamburger meat.
Tengu there forever. I guess he can fly.
Tinker's just hanging out. He's like, huh? Well, bye.
It's like I thought I'd at least get to fight you, but alright.
Now I'm stuck here in this void and with no one to talk to because you killed all my demon tank friends. This game's silly.
I always have to tell this game is just like the exact halfway point between Devil May Cry and Monkey Ball.
I'd play that. I'd play that crossover.
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Ball. Devil Monkey Cry. It
Fall
could
out
be
of the-
exactly like Devil May Cry, only everyone is a primate of some sort. And their dialogue is just primate noises.
And then the ball.
And just a ball is present in some capacity.
Dude, if this game involved like platforming on top of a ball, I think I'd just die first. Like in real life, I'd just die first.
Hear that, Boots? We can get that insurance money, after all. Frank, what's the insurance policy that we bought when the podcast
You're
started?
gonna let us put an insurance on the
Look, just think of the first guy you think of who would willingly call himself Frank West on the internet. It's that guy. You'll know him when you see him.
We got Dead Rising 4.
Right? I heard it's not good.
Not that good, except you can have the selfie mode.
Ooh!
The selfie mode where he makes a random really stupid face into it. But whenever you're like, you have control of the character when you're in cutscenes, like when he's having like an intense conversation with another character, you can just put it in selfie mode. he'll stand there just like making a goofy look into the camera the whole time. He'll actually move his mouth when he's talking.
Okay, that's worth the price alone.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's pretty great.
I think is that also the one where you can dress them up in different Capcom character outfits?
Oh, that's
It's like
old.
DLC or something. No, like in one of the later Dead Risings, they put out like a bunch of costumes, like DLC costumes. Like you can dress up in a full
Like, they made a
Amada
specific
Rasu
mode where you
fursuit.
just dress up as Capcom people, and I think it's that one.
Yeah.
Wait, how do I make that jump? What?
Oh yeah, what was it? Need to get the picture of Frank dressed up as Morgan. It's really good. Oh, this one of him as Cammy though is really good. Actually.
It does throw me for a loop when people talk about Frank West as a fictional character who isn't me. And I'm like, I definitely never dressed up as Cammy. Like,
I mean, look, you can say that, but I have the pictures. I have the pictures. You can pretend all you want.
okay, how do I do this? What do I do here? Oh, I wait for the rotation, I guess. I think I know what to do. Forget it.
Okay, so this is pulling up some pictures of the selfie mode looking for these costumes. Really good.
Oh, let me skip a section of this level by doing this.
Well, the biggest problem with Dead Rising 4 is it doesn't have co-op.
Oh, that's
It's a real bad move.
Who plays with other people? Gross.
Well, okay.
What if you want to tear other people's dicks off? I thought that was your thing, Frank.
He plays with other people. They're all worse than me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why you said it in that tone of voice, but yes. No! Fair enough.
I always love the you know the 3-second audio indicator that Frank West is gonna do.
Yeah. Dude, you can mix and match the Capcom
It's
outfits?
actually remarkably short to learn.
Yeah, it's actually... I think they have, actually, especially if you put it on the lower quality settings, it'll be even closer.
Yeah, it's like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
work,
got it.
Twitch.
They have an experimental, like, low delay, which has generally been bad, but it's, seems to have gotten better. Ooh, that was close.
No show game, Frank's ultimate hell will be if he has to play Cuphead. That'll be the perfect hell. Or Mario 3D World. Which is the ultimate in making your friends die on accident in a video game.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, at least Cuphead's a good game.
So how are you?
Mario 3D World's a good game.
How are you gonna stream Bayonetta?
How am I what? You're still pretty
There's a-
quiet to me compared to the Shinobi.
There's a Steam version of Bayonetta.
Yeah, I already own it,
yeah.
and I've been playing it.
Oh, it's just 2 and 3 are
I have bought
Yeah.
Bayonetta twice? Or is it 3 No, it's twice. I'm thinking of the other game again, because it broke. So I bought Bayonetta twice. I bought Devil May Cry 1 twice. I bought Devil May Cry 3 2 or 3 times. I've bought Devil May Cry 4, I believe, 4 times at this point. Don't at me, people who buy Skyrim over and over.
Bayonetta was the only sorts of
It's a fun game.
Bayonetta was the only... Bayonetta was nothing.
I've never played Bayonetta.
Well, good, because I'm gonna play it for you guys next. That's the next game. This is a fucking mess. What is going on in there?
Bayonetta 2 is better than the first one. Oops. Yep, they improved a bunch of stuff in it. Or
To
at
be honest,
least
that's not
in my
surprising.
stupid casual opinion.
No, like, I haven't even played Bayonetta 2, but there's so many things that are very easy to improve in my eyes that I think they definitely would. Like, it's just like, this seems like it was an experiment that didn't quite work. There's a lot of things like that. So it does not surprise me that it's better.
I think it's also because anytime because Kamiya's never directed a sequel to one of his, you can always tell the first one is done by him because it's got a bunch of really weird, unfair bullshit. It doesn't make any sense and doesn't quite work. And then the second game, someone more normal takes over and it's like, I think I'm gonna quietly fix.
I think Bayonetta is the second most embarrassed I've been playing a video game in the past with my wife's room.
But it's so hilarious and stupid looking.
I played a little bit of Final Fantasy X too. That was definitely number one.
God.
Final Fantasy X-2 just makes you shrivel up inside.
Yeah. I felt embarrassed playing that by myself.
Yeah.
Toast, do you want to give your story about your time playing Final Fantasy X?
Oh yeah. So this was back in high school. I had just like my friend was let me borrow his PlayStation. He was said, I played like Final Fantasy 7 and 10 on stuff, and so it's like, so I was like, oh hey, 10-2, is that any good? And he was kind of like, not really, but I was like, hey, let's try it out. I'm over there. So I pop in the game, start it up, and then it goes to the opening sequence and then it goes to the part where Yuna starts singing and it becomes like an idol singing show or something like that. And so I immediately just wordlessly reach over, turn off the console.
Video game done.
And I haven't played it again since.
It's also the only fun Final Fantasy game. Don't at me.
15 was actually really good.
I said
Not gonna
fun.
lie.
Is 15 fun?
15?
Yes.
Great.
That's
the
the
new
one where the anime boy band goes on a quest. It's actually, I went into it like rolling my eyes so hard they about popped out my damn skull. But then after a while I was just like, okay, I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I have to, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 is great.
Like early on in the game.
Are they actually?
No, they just look like it. Because
They're in sync.
They're the Baka Street boys.
Yeah.
Early on in the game, some characters don't go out at night. There are demons out there, and it turns out that a bunch of classic Final Fantasy monsters are demons in this game, and demons are super strong, and they only come out at night. So I was walking around at night, and suddenly an iron giant just kind of grew out of the ground behind me and started attacking me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well shit, I'll fight this thing, I don't give a crap, and partway through the fight, a bunch of enemy soldiers, I mean they're kind of robots or whatever, but they essentially function as soldiers. Enemy soldiers kind of fell from the sky on top of me while I was fighting the Iron Giant, and then my Chocobo shows up, and my Chocobo decides to start helping, and then partway through that, a bunch of bombs spawn, because I guess bombs are demon too. Bombs start showing up, so we have a bunch of monsters, they're fighting me and each other, and there's a Chocobo in there. It's pretty much the battle of the 5 armies in like a 100-foot space. And the Iron Giant is casting gravity, which is pulling everyone, including the enemy soldiers and other monsters, into him. And they're chopping each other up, and there's models flying left and right. And it was a goddamn mess. And it was great, and I liked it. Yeah.
Get it under $20.
Yeah, that's a good idea. $20.
Well, I picked it up recently just because I've been talking with Cortex. Talking about it with Cortex. Also, you get because I have Twitch Prime, you can get a stupid ass Chocobo.
Yeah, you can get a stupid Chocobo that's got googly
really
and a Muppet mouth.
It's really good. Nope, you missed out.
But
It was also on sale for like $33. So.
But you can still put the main anime boy into the HEV from Half-Life as a Steam thing.
HEV, Jesus.
Whatever.
Have some respect for the classics.
And you can put him in a mariachi outfit.
The mariachi outfit is great.
And you can put him in a bright, yellow and pink and white t-shirt with a Moogle hat.
And what's great is that all the costumes carry over to the cutscenes. So really super serious lore cutscene. You're in a
Yes.
fucking mariachi costume.
I did the final.
That's like the best thing about the Dead version.
Yeah. I did the final. I did my own personal rule for like Final Fantasy 15 was the main guy always had to be in a stupid outfit. Like, I would not allow him to not be in a stupid outfit. And I started the game with him wearing a giant hat that looked like a big cup noodle, and I ended the game with him wearing a giant hat that looks like a big cup noodle.
Were they different hats?
No, it's the same hat.
Oh, it's a little funny, but it's still a good idea.
I do just want to clarify, it's not like a giant bowl of ramen, it's the cup noodle brand cup noodle, like instant noodles on his
They're
head,
really good.
upside down.
And it casts regen by wearing so you're always getting wearing cup noodle head. It's really good. Yeah, there's physics. They put bounce physics in the lid because the lid's halfway open on the cup noodle. And it bounces up and down. It's fucking
Do these just spawn forever? I guess they do. Okay, I'll just finish the game then. See?
So,
That is Shinobi.
Shinobi.
And this gets a different end tune for some reason. That's weird. That's Shinobi, everybody. Thanks for Shinobi being around to watch it.
Shinobu Uematsu. Playing Final Fantasy.
At
Cup
some
noodle.
point in the future, I will be streaming Bayonetta. Also, I've started streaming Killer 7. I'm doing it every Friday unless I get called in. Every Friday at like 10, a little past 10 o'clock EST, unless I do an F Plus episode, and then I guess I'll try and do them Saturdays. And that's on my personal channel. You should watch that because Killer 7 is really fucking quite a game. It's quite a game, folks.
That game weird. That game not normal.
If I can say
Weird.
one thing about Killer 7, it's yeehaw!
I don't understand. Yeah, rah, smash, smash, yeah. Like
I
what?
don't
Like
know anything about it.
who did that? Who put that sound clip in with the rest of those sound clips? I don't understand.
Me, I did.
Anyway, Shinobi's
said.
good. Of all the games that I've played on this, it's probably the one that's aged the worst. In that it's actually, I think most of the games I've played aged pretty much perfectly, and this didn't. But it's still a really good game, and if you're in that case, you'll really like it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna hit the exit button now.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for laughing.
Head out.
Ninja.